This is Atlas Mission Control at T-minus 4 minutes and counting. We anticipate releasing the hold in a few minutes. These planned holds allow for the team to work through any issues that may occur during the launch count.
You may have noticed the countdown clock in the top left corner of your screen. This clock represents the amount of time remaining until launch, including the time during the planned holds. The engineers follow the T-minus count, which represents the time remaining until launch without the planned holds.
Three, two, one, mark. 4 minutes and counting. 3:55. Ground pyros enabled.
The countdown clock has resumed, and we are go for launch at 7:53 p.m. Eastern. After liftoff, ULA's Atlas V rocket will fly northeast from Space Launch Complex 41. Here's a look at today's flight.
Following final confirmation of rocket readiness, the RD-180 engine and 5 solid rocket boosters ignite to produce more than 2 million pounds of thrust, lifting ULA's Atlas V rocket away from the pad. Shortly after liftoff, the rocket begins a pitchover to attain the proper flight path while minimizing the dynamic pressure it experiences during flight. Atlas then reaches Mach 1, the speed of sound. The addition of 5 solid rocket boosters, or SRBs, precisely augment the liftoff thrust of the Atlas V, giving it the power to deliver the payload to orbit. With their propellant expired approximately 96 seconds into ascent, the SRBs burn out, followed by jettison. Atlas's guidance system then begins steering towards the precise target in space. Amazon's LEO satellites are encapsulated inside a 5-meter diameter payload fairing, which provides protection to the spacecraft during ascent. After crossing the Kármán line, entering space, the payload fairing is jettisoned. With the majority of propellant expended fighting against the force of gravity, the RD-180 engine shuts down and the booster stage separates. The rocket then begins second stage flight, weighing less than 7% of what it did at liftoff. ULA's high-performance Centaur, with its RL-10 engine, ignites, powering the upper stage and spacecraft into a circular low Earth orbit. The first burn comes to an end with engine shutdown. Centaur then rotates into the precise position to release Amazon's LEO satellites, spacecraft that will deliver fast, reliable internet to customers around the world.
Securing Centaur LO2. 140. Launch enabled. 137. FTS armed.
T-minus 90 seconds. The launch vehicle, ground systems, payload, and Eastern Range are go for launch. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Pam Ziert, joined by Austin Hill for tonight's live coverage of ULA's Atlas V launch of Amazon LEO-07.
At this time, the team is not working any issues, and we're proceeding towards liftoff at 7:53 p.m. Eastern. T-minus 1 minute.
Stable at step 3.
Yeah, 28. Verify ECS roost for launch.
Verified.
25. Status check. Go Atlas. Go Centaur. Go Leo.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We have ignition. 1, and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket, carrying another 29 satellites for Amazon LEO. These spacecraft will deliver fast, reliable internet to customers around the world.
60 miles per hour. Booster to closed loop control. RD-180 throttling down per flight program. Vehicle parameters look nominal. Pitch over maneuver complete. Roll program complete. Mach 1, Atlas 5 is now supersonic. Vehicle is traveling down the center of the range track and is 2 miles downrange.
You are hearing the
RD-180
voice of
throttling
ULA's
back
Sarah Kelly providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Max Q, the vehicle just experienced the maximum dynamic pressure predicted for today's flight.
In about 15 seconds, the first stage engine will throttle down to prepare for separation of the solid rocket boosters.
2,000 miles per hour and is 11 miles from Earth. Main engine is throttling down in preparation for SRB burnout. Vehicle now weighs half of its original liftoff weight.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 1 minute 35 seconds. We're coming up on burnout and jettison of the solid rocket boosters. These additional motors increase the thrust at liftoff, giving Atlas an extra boost off the pad.
And we have positive indication of separation for all 5 SRBs. Guidance initiated. Vehicle has entered a closed-loop steering program.
We are
Vehicle
just
continues
over
down-
2 minutes into flight. Coming up next, the Atlas 5 rocket will transition to closed-loop steering, meaning it will use real-time flight data to adjust its path.
One thing many people don't realize about launch day is that these key milestones are pre-programmed into the rocket's onboard computer, known as its avionics system.
While it may seem like engineers are commanding each step in real time, that work is done in advance and tested in ULA's System Integrations Lab in Denver. On launch day, the team is focused on monitoring the data coming back from the rocket to make sure everything is performing as expected.
The vehicle is holding acceleration steady in preparation for PLF jettison. RCS bottle pyro.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 2 minutes 50 seconds. In just a few moments, we'll have jettison of the payload fairings.
Confirmation of payload fairing separation and jettison, as well as CFLR deck jettison. RD-180 throttling up as expected.
We've now heard confirmation of payload fairing jettison. This composite fairing protected the spacecraft as it pushed through the harshest parts of Earth's atmosphere.
Coming up is cutoff of the Atlas first stage engine and separation of the booster stage, followed by ignition of ULA's Centaur second stage engine.
These events occur when the first stage has escaped Earth's atmosphere, getting above the Kármán line and entering into space.
ULA's Centaur upper stage, with the Amazon LEO satellites attached, then takes over on a trajectory to a precise location in low Earth orbit. Let's listen in as we approach these milestones.
30 seconds remaining until BECO. We've begun the boost phase chill down to prepare the second stage. PU to open loop control. Boost phase chill down complete. BECO. RD-180 burn has concluded. Booster separation confirmed. Centaur fuel and liquid oxygen pre-start. RL-10 ignition and ramp to full thrust. Performance is nominal.
This is Atlas Mission Control at L plus 4 minutes 50 seconds. We just heard ULA's flight commentator confirm the successful completion of the early milestones in today's flight, and all systems continue to operate nominally. We have about 13 minutes until we reach our next mission event, shutdown of Centaur's main engine. During our break in commentary, we'll continue to stream live animation from flight.
Format switch to TDRS compatible data rates. Signal strength remains nominal. Centaur PU has transitioned to closed loop control. RCS thermal conditioning firings continue as expected. Vehicle continues down the center of the range track and is 680 miles downrange. Preliminary assessment of booster performance has us at +1 sigma to our pre-flight predictions. Expected attitude adjustment to align with TDRS East satellite. PU system operating as expected, working to optimize propellant usage for today's flight. RCS duty cycling as expected. Vehicle is 1,050 miles downrange, traveling at 12,440 miles per hour. Data quality continues to be nominal. RCS line temperatures have converged to bottle temperatures as expected. Vehicle continues down the center of the range track and is 1,430 miles downrange. PU system continues to drive toward an optimal mixture ratio. Vehicle is now traveling over 13,500 miles per hour and is 370 miles from Earth. After MECO 1, there will be a 3-minute coast period before starting today's spacecraft separation sequence. We are carrying 29 satellites that will join Amazon's LEO constellation. There will be 10 deploy events, 3 events per tier, 3 satellites each, and a final 2-satellite separation from the cake topper. Each deployment event is spaced 1 to 3 minutes apart. Each separation will be initiated with an ARM command, followed by a deploy command from the ULA flight computer. After the deployments occur, there will be a roll maneuver if required to the next SV separation attitude, and a settling event to maximize the relative distance between spacecraft. After which, Amazon will maneuver their assets to their operational orbits.